Hello everyone, Ram K here, and welcome back to part 4 of Vilja for Skyrim. Okay, we're in an inn. I just wanted to show you guys this.
Yes?
You don't need to wear any armor.
If you say so. You wanted to talk to me?
Would you like a drink?
Oh, how sweet of you.
I have meat for you.
Oh, I like that. Give it to me, please. There's nothing like a good drink when one is thirsty.
The Jarl has things under control. Don't you worry.
This was their city once. They won't stop until we're all dead.
Now you're being ridiculous.
This is actually quite
our
fun.
city, not theirs.
There once was a hero named Ragnar the Red who came riding to Whiterun from old Rorikstead. Why don't you join me? It's fun, I swear. Beware, beware,
This is the Silver Blood
dragonborn
Inn.
comes.
I'll let you
For
figure
the
out who owns
darkness
it by
has
yourself.
passed and the legend yet grows. This is fun, isn't it? There once was a housegirl named Lydia the Fair who always was eating and sitting on a chair. Ah, this is so relaxing.
Make it quick.
I wonder if this place is more crowded at lunchtime.
No, where'd she go? Oh, there she is. Yeah, I can't believe that Emma... Well, I can, yeah. She's talked about it so many times in Oblivion. And, yeah, she scripted it into Skyrim.
Anesia told me that her friend Jelena so much admires the waterfalls in Markarth. She often goes there to visit a friend who owns the Hag's Cure.
But that's freaking hilarious. You give her mead in the inn and she dances on the tables.
You want
Or
to
any,
talk
I
to
think
me?
it's any alcoholic drink, but... let's just talk for a little while.
Yes?
Tell me about yourself.
Would you like that?
Please, go ahead.
As my presence didn't seem to be very appreciated by the Dawnstar innkeeper, I left pretty soon. I didn't have a clue about where to look for the Elderglim sanctuary, so instead I headed for Solitude, thinking that the Khajiit Bard might be there. Solitude is quite amazing, isn't it? And the Bard's College. Oh, I would love to spend some more time there. Unfortunately, the Khajiit Bard with my flute hadn't been seen there. I wonder if he is a real bard at all. I couldn't find anyone who knew about Elglim's sanctuary either, and I was pretty broke. So I started to ask around for work. First I went to the Radiant Raiment, but the elf ladies there didn't seem to like the way I look. They said that I had no use for a countryside girl like me. Bah! Snobbish Altmers, as if their dresses were that pretty. Then I went to the Fletcher. Did I ever tell you that I'm quite good at fletching? I can make arrows for you if you wish. I only need some firewood and ingot, and a workbench of course. Unfortunately, I didn't have any luck at the Fletchers. They had just hired a new guy, you see, so they hadn't got any use for me. So instead I got work as a barmaid at a Winking Skeever. I quite liked it there. Minette, the daughter, is such a fun girl. She reminds me of my youngest sister back home. Look, I do enjoy talking, but maybe we should take a break now. I guess we have other things to do as well.
Alright, so... Want to sit here and relax for a while?
Good idea.
You're not quick enough to
Tell
be
me your
quick.
thoughts.
What's the
Have
rule?
you ever considered working for the
Fell
Dark
off the top
Brotherhood?
of the cliff after a drunken party with the priestesses of Dibella. I don't buy that.
I will never join them.
Amen to that.
That one's my
I'm
favorite.
so glad you aren't considering working as an assassin. Not that I would try to stop you if you decided to join them, but I cannot imagine you murdering innocent people.
So, as I mentioned before, the book that we're looking for is here at the Hag's Cure in Markarth. Or the book Vilja's looking for, anyway.
The Hag's Cure is here for all your discreet needs.
What have you got for sale?
Take a look.
Tamriel for Illustrated.
Now, you let me know if you need a cure or anything else.
Oh, there you are, Vilja.
What have you got there? Oh, could it be... You have found Tamriel Flora Illustrated!
Stop moping about, girl. Cures
I found Tamriel for Illustrated.
I was such a fool.
How
Why did I let
wonderful!
him use me like that?
Thank you ever
We
so
all
much.
get used, dear. It's living with them that makes you a woman.
There we go.
Anytime.
And while you're here, I suggest you try to buy some of the ingredients on Vilja's list that she gave you. Which is what I'm going to do now.
There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Have you got a minute?
Tell me your thoughts.
I'm supposed to collect an eye of a saber cat, but that's not an ingredient. I mean, it's not like a flower you just pick. It seems we will have to track down a saber cat and kill it. Well, unless you have a better idea, of course.
I happen to have the eye of a saber cat right here.
You have? Oh, that's wonderful. I was so afraid I would have to go and kill a saber cat just to get that eye.
What is it?
Just follow me. We are soon there.
Oh yeah, she was leading the way.
It's so nice to just talk a little, you and I. I was just thinking, would you be interested if I told you a little about myself?
Please, go ahead.
I have to admit that I never was a particularly good barmaid. I was too shy to joke with the customers, and on top of that... Well, quite frankly, I am so horribly ticklish. And the customers at the Winking Skewer all noticed. You bet they had fun trying to tickle me. I don't know how many trays with food I have dropped. The innkeeper was a sweetheart though. He never complained, he just sighed. But I think he might have been just a tad bit relieved when I quit my work after a while. His little daughter Minette was in tears though. I really felt bad about leaving her. We had a tremendous time together, singing and telling stories. I'll tell you more some other day. Let's get moving. Shall we continue? There's something I'd like to talk to you about. Have you got a minute?
Tell me your thoughts.
Anesia needs me to find a mushroom, a blood-dripping crown. It looks very similar to bleeding crown, but this one is very, very rare. I have been looking for it everywhere, but I can't seem to find one. However, Anesia mentions an alternate but dangerous way to get a sample. There is a necromancer's hideout called Boulderfall Cave, not far from Riften. Anesia writes that the necromancers in there have been collecting and cultivating the blood-dripping crowns for their experiments. Maybe we could find a sample there. I know it is dangerous, and I don't suggest we should go there at once, but maybe we could go there one of these days. I really need this ingredient.
Okay. Tell me your thoughts.
I read The Real Baroncia recently. Quite a piece of work. Talk later. It's so nice to just talk a little, you and I. I was just thinking, would you be interested if I told you a little about myself?
Please, go ahead.
I've never been very good at spellcasting, but during our time together I've certainly practiced healing spells quite a lot. At this point I'm so good at it that I might even be able to heal you. We could try it sometime if you like. Just tell me when you'd like my help. Anytime.
You know that our supplies...
Okay, so we found the caravanners, and it actually marks it on the map where they are. I think it permanently puts them outside Whiterun until you talk to them.
More before we get
Not positive about that, but they've been here ever since Vilja started leading me around, so...
Khajiit welcomes you, and also your coin.
Have you seen a Khajiit bard with a Cyrodiil dogwood flute?
Sarah. Of course, Rizad knows Racine and his magic flute. Racine is Rizad's second cousin. Yes, Racine has played the magic flute for us. But Racine needs to walk on warm sand, not hard stones like in Marka. Racine wanted a smoother soil than here. Sarah, Racine cannot be found here anymore. Search for my second cousin, Rift. That is where his feet wanted to wander.
Okay, so Riften.
May your road lead you to warm sands.
It would be great if we could go to Riften soon. I'm so eager to find the Khajiit bard who has my flute.
Okay, we'll head to
Anytime.
Riften. There's two things we gotta do out there, so... Riften... is where the dog... Okay, this is the cave where we gotta find those blood-dripping crown mushrooms. And this is where the Khajiit bard is, so both the things we need to do for Vilja are out here in the rift.
It's so nice to just talk a little, you and I. I was just thinking, would you be interested if I told you a little about myself?
Please, go ahead.
You do know that I'd be quite happy to read a book for you, don't you? I cannot say that I'm very good at it, but I practice it a lot in solitude. Minette, the innkeeper's daughter, often asks me to read aloud for her and her friends. Actually, I think they found my thick accent quite amusing, especially when I pronounced things the wrong way. We also had quite fun playing tags together. Sometimes the kid raced me all the way to Katla's farm. I often let them win, of course. Don't laugh at me. I did let them win. I can run very fast for very long if I want to. In fact, I bet I could run faster than you, if I really try, that is. Just tell me if you want to give it a try. Shall we continue? The Boulderfall Cave. Oh, I do hope we can find a blood-dripping crown here.
Alright, so we're here at this cave. Where is it? What is it called? Boulderfall Cave. As you can see, it's just west of Riften, next to Redwater Den, if you have the Dawn Guard DLC. And we're gonna go in. I'm not gonna record clearing out the cave because I'm sure this is a vanilla cave that just has necromancers in it. But let's see what Vilja has to say first.
I don't like the look of this place. Oh, I really do hope we find a blood-dripping crown mushroom here.
Okay. Okay, so here we are inside the cave. There was only a single necromancer inside here, so... And the arrow's pointing to this chest. And here's the blood-dripping crowns we need.
Finally, a blood-dripping crown.
Blood-dripping crown.
Bleh. It really looks blood-dripping. But hopefully it will be very useful for Anesia. Thank you so much. Anytime.
Alright, now off to Riften to see about our flute. Okay, just a little FYI before leaving this cave. As I was looking around, I noticed that 2 out of the 5 or so ingredients she asked you to find are here. Slaughterfish scales, which I took off these dead slaughterfish, and fly amanita cups, which were here and here. So make sure you look around before you leave the cave. Alright, so here we are in Riften at the Bee and Barb, and here's the Khajiit minstrel we're looking for.
And it falls from the sky. What can it do for you?
Can we talk about your flute?
Oh yes, Racine has the best flute in all of Skyrim. It is made of surreal dogwood and is very precious. Will Sarah listen to the flute?
No, that flute does not belong to you.
Sarah? It is my flute. I have bought it in Solstheim from a fine Nord man. I had paid for it with my own money. Well, almost. So, how can anyone say that the flute does not belong to Racine?
The man who sold you the flute had stolen it.
Sarah? It cannot be true. The man looked very honorable. Ah, it is true, isn't it? Racine has been fooled. Yes, Racine could feel that in his bones. The flute does not belong to Racine. Therefore, it will not play the way Racine wants it to play. So, tell me, who is the owner of the flute?
The flute belongs to my companion Vilja. It's a gift from her grandmother.
Ah, it belongs to your friend. Yes, Racine can feel that this is a girl's flute, not a man's flute. And Racine is a gentleman who wouldn't want to upset a pretty girl or her grandmother.
Can we please have the flute?
Well, that is not possible. A bard needs to have a flute to play, and Racine hasn't got another flute. There was a flute, but it is gone.
What happened to your other flute?
Oh, it is a sad, sad tale. Racine should have listened to his mother, who always said gambling is bad. But Racine didn't listen. Racine wanted to play put a tail on a donkey with a little wooden fellow and his big Nord friend. Racine lost. Racine had no money, so instead Racine gambled with the old flute. It now belongs to the little wooden fellow.
What if I retrieve your old flute?
Ooh, then Racine would be very happy. Then Racine no longer needs the new flute. Then you may buy it.
Wait a second. Why would I buy a flute that rightfully belongs to Vilja?
Because Racine has paid for it. Racine didn't know it was stolen. Sarah, Racine has paid 500 gold for the flute.
I'll retrieve the flute for you.
Sarah, that is very kind. Racine's old flute is a very good flute.
Could always look for another
You
brand.
must then find the little wooden fellow and speak not friend. They said we're going to Riverwood. You might want to ask around there. May you walk on warm sand.
Okay.
Yes?
Oh, I thought she'd have something to
Can I
say.
continue?
Do you
You
want
haven't
some?
forgotten about the ingredients you promised to help me find, have you?
Another round.
Shall I
Uh,
continue?
yes, we shall. So, find the wood elf and the Nord who have Razine's old flute on gambling. Okay, so
Plenty, Volwolf.
if you haven't
What
guessed
can we
it,
do for
that
you?
those are the two that stole Vilja's bottle at the very beginning of the mod. And after you confronted them at the Hunting Brew Meadery, they walked to Riften. So, not Riften, Riverwood. So that's where we need to go now.
All this upset about anything.
You notice that there was an option to buy a new flute.
Suit yourself.
I'm pretty sure that he wouldn't. I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure it wouldn't have been that easy just to buy a new flute for him. Pretty sure he wanted his old one back, but I'm not positive about that. So
You did quite well there. I'm sure Shard will be really happy. Let's hurry back to him with the good news.
oh, okay. So we're off to Riverwood.